There are people who do not hurt you the first time they meet you. In fact, sometimes they make one of the best first impressions. They smile naturally. They know how to listen. They remember details you casually mention. They speak with warmth, with patience, with what seems like genuine understanding. And that is exactly why many people never recognize danger early, because the most deceptive people rarely arrive looking harmful. They arrive looking safe. They do not create immediate discomfort. They create familiarity. And slowly, they earn a place in your emotional world. A place that later becomes difficult to protect, because by the time doubt appears, trust is already there. And once trust exists, the mind resists seeing contradiction. It wants to believe that the person who once felt kind must still be kind. But kindness and honesty are not always the same thing. A person can know how to sound gentle without carrying clean intention. A person can understand exactly how to comfort others while privately using what they learn for something entirely different. This is why two-faced people are often misunderstood. Many imagine deception as something obvious, but in reality, deception often comes wrapped in emotional intelligence. It comes through timing, through tone, through knowing when to agree, when to sympathize, when to appear harmless. And because of that, many people stay too long before they understand what they are facing. A truly honest person may not always be perfect. They may become irritated, they may have difficult moments, they may disagree with you openly, but their inner structure remains stable. You can still recognize who they are across different situations. A two-faced person often lacks that stability. Their personality shifts depending on who is present. With one person, they become supportive. With another, they quietly criticize. With someone powerful, their tone softens immediately. With someone vulnerable, they may become dismissive. The change can happen in seconds. And if you observe carefully, you begin to notice something unsettling. They do not react from values. They react from advantage. They instinctively calculate where approval is useful, where agreement is profitable, where image must be protected. That is why they often seem like different people in different rooms. And one of the clearest signs appears in how they speak about people who are absent. Listen carefully when someone talks about others who are not there. A person who repeatedly reveals private details, who casually shares someone else's weakness, who seems almost energized when speaking about another person's flaws, is telling you something important. Not about others, about themselves, because trust means very little to someone who treats private information as social currency. Today, they may be telling you someone else's story. Tomorrow, they may tell yours with the same calm expression. Many people ignore this because gossip often disguises itself as intimacy. It feels like closeness. It feels like being chosen. It feels like someone trusts you enough to speak honestly. But honesty without loyalty is often just disguised carelessness. And people who enjoy carrying stories often enjoy the invisible power those stories create. Another sign is contradiction. Not once, not occasionally, but repeatedly. They praise someone publicly, then diminish them privately. They express support, then disappear when support becomes costly. They offer reassurance, then later become part of the confusion. And what makes this difficult is that contradiction creates internal doubt, because each inconsistency is small enough to explain away. You tell yourself, maybe I misunderstood, maybe they were tired, maybe I read too much into it. But repeated contradiction is rarely accidental. Patterns matter more than isolated moments, and two-faced behavior always reveals itself through patterns. Another powerful sign: they often survive conflict without visible responsibility. No matter what happened, they remain somehow untouched. Someone misunderstood them, someone reacted emotionally, someone exaggerated. And because they speak carefully, because they stay calm, because they know how to appear reasonable, many people believe them. But calm language does not automatically mean truth. Some people learn very early that a controlled voice can hide almost anything. A person may sound gentle while avoiding accountability completely. And this is why confronting a two-faced person often feels exhausting, because they rarely argue directly, they redirect, they soften, they shift focus, they make you defend your feelings instead of examining their actions. And sometimes, after being hurt, You become the one apologizing. That is where emotional manipulation becomes dangerous. Because now, you are no longer only dealing with behavior, you are dealing with confusion. And confusion drains emotional clarity. Another sign many people discover too late is how quickly some people seek emotional access. At first, it feels flattering. They ask personal questions. They seem deeply attentive. They notice what others ignore. They remember details. And naturally, you begin opening up. But not every deep listener is emotionally safe, because with a two-faced person, information is rarely just information. Information becomes leverage. A private insecurity shared in trust may later appear in subtle conversation. A vulnerable moment may return in unexpected ways. A fear you once admitted may quietly become something they understand how to use. Not always cruelly, sometimes subtly, sometimes so subtly that you only feel uncomfortable without knowing why. That discomfort matters, because intuition often notices contradiction before language catches it. There is another pattern few people notice early enough. Watch how someone behaves when they can gain nothing, how they treat service workers, how they treat quiet people, how they speak about those who are socially absent, how patient they remain when no advantage exists. Because true character appears most clearly where performance has no reward. A two-faced person often performs kindness where kindness is visible. But where visibility disappears, so does effort. And this is why some people appear admirable publicly yet leave emotional damage privately. Many ask why some people become this way. The answer is often complicated. Some learned early that being fully real felt unsafe. Some learned that approval was survival. Some became deeply dependent on external acceptance. And over time, wearing different emotional masks felt easier than building one honest self. Others discovered that carefully adapting their personality gave them control, and control became habit. But whatever the reason, the emotional result remains the same. People around them begin doubting themselves. And that doubt is often the deepest damage. So how do you protect yourself without becoming cold? First, stop trusting speed. Fast closeness is not proof of sincerity. Some people know exactly how to create emotional comfort quickly. Real trust should always move slower than charm. Second, share less until consistency appears. Not everyone deserves immediate access to your private world. Boundaries are not distance, they are wisdom. Third, watch what repeats, not what impresses you once, not what sounds beautiful once, but what remains true over time. Consistency is always stronger than words. Fourth, do not rush into dramatic confrontation. Two-faced people often understand social perception very well. A direct emotional reaction without enough clarity often gives them room to appear innocent. Sometimes the strongest response is quiet distance, less explanation, less emotional availability, less access, and finally, trust repeated discomfort, not fear, not suspicion, but repeated inattention around someone deserves respect, because your mind may not explain it immediately, but your nervous system notices contradiction early. And one of the most important lessons in life is this: growing wiser does not mean distrusting everyone. It means learning that appearances deserve time. Not every smile deserves access. Not every soft voice deserves trust. Not every person who understands your pain should be allowed near your deepest truth. Some people look gentle because gentleness is useful. Some people stay loyal only while loyalty costs nothing. And some people become someone else the moment your absence creates opportunity. The goal is not bitterness. The goal is clarity. Because peace begins when you stop trusting appearances more than repeated patterns. Sometimes the strongest protection is not exposing anyone. It is simply recognizing, stepping back, becoming quieter, and understanding that your inner world should never belong to someone who only knows how to wear masks.